And welcome back to another episode of Fireside Chat with Grand Design RV. And Jeff, we have a really good episode
Tom,
today.
We do. We do. This one was organic. We had to do it.
Yep, we had to do it.
And not only did we have to do it, we had to bring back it's the first repeat guest we've had on the show because she's the show goat, and not just like the barnyard animal, the greatest of all time, Emily Stahley.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, listen.
Yes.
Last time you were here, you wore a fuzzy pink, we call it a sweater?
Yeah, it was a pullover.
It was a pullover.
You called me a sheep, but
sheep, right. You look like a pink sheep. Now you're wearing, is this camo? What is this?
This is green tie-dye.
Green tie-dye. It looks like camo. I can only see your face. I can't see the rest of you. If this was a green screen, you'd be completely gone.
True, I would be.
But you're here, and at least we can see part of you. And everyone out there can hear you, and that's the most important part. How have the months been treating you?
Very good. Very busy. Is anyone else like, it's December?
Yes.
How is it December?
It went by fast.
Crazy.
Yeah. The months are treating me good. It's just that they're going so fast.
They're going fast. Yeah. Well, and January's coming.
Yes.
2025.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a long. I mean, do you remember Y2K?
I do.
You remember where you were?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody thought the electronics and everything was going to shut off, shut down, and crash.
Right?
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
Never did.
Nothing happened. It's like
here we are.
Y2K Gate is what that should have been called because nothing actually happened. It was a scandal. And here we are 25 years later. And more exciting perhaps even than Y2K is the product lineup this year for Grand Design. And what better place to debut some of these things than the Tampa RV SuperShow.
Yes.
That is coming up.
It is.
It's coming
Florida
up.
RV SuperShow.
Florida. Oh, yeah. They call it the whole state, right?
Yeah.
But it's in Tampa.
It's in Tampa.
They're at the state fairgrounds.
Sure is.
And boy, it's kind of it kind of sets the tone for the year, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's put on by the FRVTA.
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 Okay.
Florida RV Trade Association.
Okay.
So they put on shows all over the state of Florida. And this is by far their biggest. And this is a manufacturer show. So it's not a dealer show. This is a manufacturer
show. So what's the
show.
for those out there who's listening, tell us the difference between a manufacturer show and a dealer show.
So the manufacturer show is actually where the RV manufacturers are bringing their products to highlight. So it's not just a dealer picking and choosing what they want to come out.
Okay.
These are dictated by the actual manufacturer of the RVs.
So what role do the dealers play?
The dealers come in as a representative to be able to sell at the show. Okay. So the manufacturer will partner with said dealer and then they will write the deals and they will be the representative. So if you're coming to the Florida SuperShow, you are going to purchase from, and you want to buy a Grand Design, you're going to purchase from our dealer that we are working with.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, cool. So that is going to be, so that's a little different. And it's like Hershey, right? Because Hershey is also a manufacturer show. Tampa's a manufacturer show. And at these manufacturer shows, I guess to a consumer that's just walking in the show, can they tell a difference between a manufacturer show and a dealer show, or just a regular dealer show?
I mean, the sheer size of it, I believe, is going to be the difference. So between Hershey and Florida, I swear they both say they're the largest RV show in the country.
Right.
Do you know which one's larger? Because I go to both of them and it's just nothing.
They're both big, right?
Yeah, they're huge.
So, in other words, people aren't going to be disappointed.
No.
They're not going to be disappointed when they go down there. One is in Florida, right? And it's in Florida in January, which is surprisingly, it's a nice place to be, right? In the middle of the winter.
I mean, usually, but the last few years, I've worn my sheep pullover because it's so cold. So,
if it is cold this year, will we get a glimpse of the pink sheep at the show? If people if they're at the Grand Design display and they're looking around, and they see what looks like a pink sheep.
Yes.
will that be you?
It will be me.
Okay.
All day long.
Okay.
I will be
excellent.
bringing it. Don't you worry.
Okay.
It'll be there.
It'll be there. All right. So let's talk about the show this year. So I've got some notes here about Tampa, and you know, it's one of these things. First of all, when is the show? When does this thing start?
So this is going to start on January 15th. And
Okay.
it runs through January 19th.
Okay.
The show hours are 9 to 6. It's a very casual, show.
That is casual.
Yeah, they don't want people to get up too early.
Sure.
They don't want people to
Stay
have
too
to
late.
stay
Yeah.
too late. So, yeah.
Right. So that's it. Yeah. I mean, because some of these shows that I go to, you're there at 9:00 at night, and
It's long days.
it's a long day.
12 and 13 hours.
Yeah. So
But-
this one starts on a Wednesday, ends on a Sunday.
Yep.
Just normal human being hours. All right. So this is a manufacturer show, as you mentioned, Emily. So, we are going to be bringing some new product as well.
Yes, we are.
Now, Tom, I think, you usually get a little bit of a sneak peek into some of the things. And
I do.
I think there was a teaser video released a little while ago about what is going to be at Tampa, what's going to be debuted at Tampa. And everyone's aware we released, the Lineage on the Sprinter chassis,
Yes.
the new motorhome. But there's another one. There's another motorhome coming out, still called the Lineage, right? But what can you tell us about what's going to be there?
It's called the Series F.
Series F,
Yes.
okay.
It is built on the Ford chassis
Okay.
with an F600.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very
That's a big one.
beefy engine.
It's a big boy.
Yeah,
That is
it is.
big.
Yes,
It's what they call the Super C.
the Super C.
Wow. So that's going to be at Tampa, and the
Yeah.
people can come and they can see this.
Yeah, it's
see this
very.
product.
It looks very nice. Very nice.
Awesome.
I've been in it. I've seen the sneak peek with some
Yeah.
things I've had to do with it from a visual standpoint, and I've actually even driven the chassis just a little bit.
Just the chassis?
from point to point,
Oh,
and it feels good. It's beefy, powerful.
You got to do that?
Yeah,
I'm so jealous.
man.
but yeah, no, excited for it to be there.
Tom's
for
an
people to see it.
Emily. Tom's an insider. I sit here and I just feel like I feel out. I feel like there's a circle and I'm not in it.
I know.
You know.
There
Yeah,
are
different
times I
job.
feel
You have a
that
different
way,
job.
too.
Sure.
So I
Yeah.
get to do the fun stuff, I
Yeah.
guess. Everybody says you get to do the fun stuff. I said, hey, that's what I
That's
signed
fair.
up for. I
That's
guess.
fair.
So,
All right. So
yeah.
it's gonna be at Tampa. So if people can come, they can see. There'll be some of the first people to see this new motorhome. There's obviously going to be some product updates for the towable side as well. A lot of the things that got released at Hershey will be there. There's going to be also some new stuff too. We can't go into too much detail. One, I think we need to talk about the PSA, the public service announcement. It's going to be a little bit different. They mix up the displays every year, like where people are going to be.
True statement.
And this year is a little bit, can I call it awkward for us? There's going to be more than one display.
Yeah, there is, and a lot of that just has to do with because of the fact that we're pretty awesome,
Sure.
and we have a lot of requests from people to have lots of product there.
Mhm.
So, in order to do that, you have to have lots of space, and our space was a little bit limited, just a smidge limited on what we were able to get, and so we were able to obtain a little more space. So now we have kind of 2 locations, and you will be able to see these locations on the interactive map that they share on the frvta.org.
Yeah.
And then if you go to the SuperShow site, it'll give you a countdown. And then right below that, it'll have the interactive map coming soon. Once that's live, it's going to tell you exactly where we're going to be located. But our very first display, which is going to be our welcome to the show, we're so happy to have you, is going to be right inside gate 2. So if you're coming to the show,
Mhm.
first of all, it's $15 admission. You can get
That's reasonable.
you can get your tickets at the gate, or I think you can get them online, but I know you can get them at the gate. You come to the show, come in gate 2, people, gate 2. And when you walk in, you'll see a real long banner that's going to have Grand Design's name and all of our brands, and it's going to be on your left-hand side. Yep, left hand. I had to, do the L's.
Sure. As you do.
And then we're going to have a owner's appreciation tent that's going to be there welcoming everybody and directing them to where to go.
Okay.
And inside that tent, we'll have, a few munchies for people to just kind of snack and grab a little thing while they're walking.
Sure.
We also will have our swag store where you might be able to get a sheep.
They better have it there. We've hyped it so much.
I'm telling you, they have something special every show. Okay. So I'm sure this one. Different. Yes. And then we're going to have people that are being able to direct you exactly where to go to the first display, which is right around the corner from that owner's tent and that gate. And then the next display is just down the aisle a little bit.
Gotcha. You know, I have in my hands here the non-interactive map. You see, Tom, I can also find some things that, not everyone has. And I just found it on the website here. But yes, I see right here, Gate 2 is where Grand Design is going to be. Almost, 13,500 square feet of space. And then there's going to be even more down the aisle. But if they find that owner's appreciation tent, that's where a good starting point, right?
100%.
Would you say that this is the first year where it has a little bit different setup?
A little bit different
than normal?
Yeah, because in the past, you would just walk to our display and kind of you would be separated, where you have some units on the right, some units on the left, and then an owner's tent in the center. This year's just a little bit different so that we could just spread things out a little bit.
So let me ask you a question from like a consumer standpoint.
Yes.
If I come to this and it's the first time and I've never really been to a show, especially a big one like this, what are some tips you can give as far as like when you get there? What's the first things maybe people should do, like decide what they're looking for? Which way do they go? Or what questions should they ask?
I think that they truly need to check out the website first so that they know exactly where they're going.
Sure.
Okay. And if they know they want to hit Grand Design, they know the first thing I would recommend that they do is go to our website, figure out what you're looking for. If you're looking for a travel trailer, if you're looking for a motorized, if you're looking for a toy hauler, fifth wheel, whatever it is that you're looking for. Because if you go in there not knowing what you're looking for, you're going to be so incredibly overwhelmed that you might have like just anxiety because there's so much.
Right.
There's just so much. So if you know you're coming for Grand Design, go to our website. Check out the website. Check out the brands. Check out what you're looking for. When you come in that gate 2, they got that owner's appreciation tent. We're going to tell you exactly where you need to go. The other great thing about this is that they can come in there and they can say, this is the list of units we want to find and we want to look for. We can direct them where to go. And guess what? Guess what happens if we don't have that unit on display? Can you tell them, Tom? Why don't you tell them?
I can. Actually, I can actually talk about this. So if you come to Tampa and there's a unit there that we don't have on hand at Tampa, what you can do is come and find me because I will be there this year manning the little post called the VR experience.
What?
So yeah, we have a couple of VR headsets.
What's VR?
Virtual reality.
Oh, okay.
And if you notice on our website, for those of you who check out our website, you go to a floor plan page, you have the 360 tour that you can click on and go around the rooms, look around, and go from room to room. Well, we're putting the ones that are the floor plans that are not at Tampa will be put on the VR headsets for a VR experience there at Tampa. So I'll be there manning that station, doing that, helping people go through that. So if you show up and there's something not there physically, you can probably find it on the VR more than likely.
Yeah. And
now that's different.
It is.
That's pretty cool.
We launched that in Hershey, and it was a pretty good program. We were kind of testing it because we weren't sure. We're like, are people going to like this? We don't know.
Right.
So yeah. So now we're going to have this like full time during the show starting on Wednesday. So for those who may not know, the show is open on Tuesday, but only for Industry Day. So it's not open to the public those days. But on Tuesday, it will not be available. But Wednesday, starting at 9 a.m., going until show hours is ending at 6, it will be available. And it will be in the larger display that's kind of down the aisle a little ways.
Okay.
And we'll have signs and we'll have information that points to where to go.
Right. And just follow the pink sheep. Now, that brings me to my next question.
Don't do that.
So we have this owner's appreciation tent. You said there would be, things, munchies, things like that. If someone comes to that tent and they're not an owner, will we still appreciate them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We don't turn anyone away.
No, we'll still. Okay, guys. So listen, you listening out there, even if you're not a Grand Design owner, we will still appreciate you. Try getting that sort of appreciation from our competitors. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I mean, honestly, we want to welcome people in because we want people to see how amazing Grand Design is.
Sure.
So yeah, having a snack or granola bar as you're walking down the aisles, starting your morning out, is great. And we're hoping that people remember that because we're trying to be different. We want to lead the pack. We want,
and this
people to
isn't a
follow
new
us.
thing. We've always had these appreciation tents.
So I started with Grand Design in 2018, and I think the first one we did was Hershey of 2019, and we've had them ever since at Hershey and Tampa.
Right.
But if you are an owner, you do get a little extra perk.
Ooh.
Yeah. And you have to kind of keep an eye on your email leading up to the show, because usually about the weekend-ish, like Sunday, Monday before the show, we send out an email blast that tells you what you should do when you find the owner appreciation tent. And it might be like a little question. So in Hershey, it was find an impact team member that's working the owner appreciation tent and ask them what their favorite Hershey bar is or Hershey candy is.
So impact team is your team, right?
Yes.
That's
yep.
So
and
they
the
found them
who,
and they said, what is your favorite Hershey bar?
Yep.
And then what did they get for that?
We would answer them, and then they get a small owner's gift. So just like a little token of our appreciation for being a Grand Design owner.
Man, and no one's going to know what that gift is until...
Not until you get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's like a little mystery.
It is. It's a way to get people to start interacting with people, to start the conversations.
Right.
Because, we've got a lot of people in there that want to talk and want to educate and want to, just fill everybody in.
Now, Tom, I didn't want to tell Emily this, but I actually got a sneak peek of what that question is. And I want to give everyone out there a little bit of a heads up here. So if you're a Grand Design owner, the question is, you got to find an impact team member and you have to say, who did you vote for? Who did you vote for? We're leaving that in. Listen, that's clearly not true, guys. I'm just saying, if you're listening here, keep an eye. If you're a Grand Design owner, keep your eye on that email. They're going to, if you out there, like Tom's got this little button that he stops the recording with. He was very close. Even now,
his finger
even now, he's very close to hitting the button. We're leaving this in. We're leaving this in because we're real here at Grand Design. No one's going to ask who you voted for, but you may have to, what's your favorite Hershey bar? It's going to be something like that, and you're going to get a gift.
Yeah, it'll be something related to the area. Usually we do something like, okay, if it's like Florida related, then we'll try to figure something out in Florida, a question. So, it's just a way for us to engage in the conversation. Start the conversation.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. So, all right. So let's turn the page here a little bit. Let's say, all right. Let's say I'm going to go to this show, or now that I've heard about this show and on this podcast, and I want to meet the GOAT of all shows, Emily Stahley. I've booked my tickets to Tampa or Clearwater, St. Pete on Allegiant. You can get a cheaper flight, although you got to pay for those bags, right? But you know how that is. Yeah. But you're going to go down there. We're going to go to this show, and we're looking for an RV, or we want to see what's out there. So. First of all, you get it. This can be a little overwhelming. Oh, I would imagine, right?
It's very overwhelming.
Right. So Tom had asked before, like, what sort of things should you do, and you mentioned going to the website, and I think everyone would agree. There's a big difference between getting on the website and looking at pictures versus actually being in the unit itself, right?
Yes.
One of the things, and I think we've talked about this on this show before, but one of the things that people, they don't really think about it, and then it kind of sneaks up on them, is they go into so many that they get confused, right? Oh, yeah. You go into like one, this is nice, go to the next one, the next one, the next one. Not just Grand Design, there's a lot of different brands at this show. Mm-hmm. Emily, you're a very organized person. How would you keep these things straight in your mind? What would you do if you're like, all right, I'm going to go buy a travel trailer. I want to go see what's out there. There's probably no less than 500 travel trailers on display at this show. Probably more than that, right?
Yep.
How do you keep them straight?
So there's a couple ways. Me, I'm a tactile person. I need to hold something. Mm-hmm. I like to write things down because I feel like if I write it down, I'll remember it. So we, at least Grand Design, we will have brochures available.
Okay.
We'll have brochures in our own appreciation tent. We'll have brochures in the actual display areas. We will also have brochures inside the units. They're typically in the microwaves, people in the microwaves.
You're giving the secrets away now.
We're giving them away.
Oh, man.
We're going to go through so many brochures now.
Yeah,
But make sure you bring a pen from home. Okay. Bring a pen and go through those brochures. Those brochures have the floor plans in them.
Are you telling me we're not going to have pens in this appreciation tent?
We might.
All right. Everyone, bring a pen just in case. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. All right, keep going. Sorry.
What if they don't come in gate 2?
Oh, that's a good point. Guys, this all this plan. Guys, we're making a plan right now, and we need your help out there. Don't go into any other gate besides gate 2.
Gate 2. Gate 2.
Gate 2. I mean, write it on your hand. Like when you're there, gate 2. All right.
Yes.
Keep going here.
And then when you're looking through that brochure, you know what you're looking for. So if you grab the Imagine brochure because you're looking for a laminated travel trailer, okay, you could write down what you like about the, whatever, the 2800 or whatever it is, and you can write those things down. Again, that's for someone who's a tactile person like myself who has pen. But you know what else people bring to shows? Their phones.
Yeah, sure do.
There you go.
So pictures. Take a picture. Take a picture of the things that you like inside the unit. Like, that has a what are those things? The drying racks, but they roll up. I forget what they're called. The sink covers.
The sink covers.
Rolling sink covers, but you can also use them as like a drying thing.
Sure.
Take a picture of it. Say, hey, I like this option. Right. And then make sure you take a picture of the floor plan sticker that's located on the outside of the unit. Mm-hmm. There you go. Just in case, we go through all those brochures because I just gave away the secrets to where they are.
Yeah.
So use your phones. Take the notes in your phones. Do voice memos. Lots of people do different things. But make sure you are staying organized with what you like about what unit. And even write things that you don't like, because sometimes the things that you don't like about one, you could have 4 things that you don't like about the other. So you can weigh out the goods and the bads. So you got to weigh it all out.
Well, and people could actually, I'd even suggest, with their phones, they could shoot their own little video. Just do like their own little walkthrough, just kind of like make verbal notes to themselves as they do their own walkthrough, pointing out things to themselves. So they go back and watch it later. They go, oh yeah, that was the, whatever, 2800 BH or whatever. So.
Yeah. That's a great plan.
Yeah.
So keeping organized is really important. And
it is.
And it's going to be, now let me ask you that. Now, Tom.
Yes.
You got this VR thing going on.
Yes, sir.
Let's say, hey, I want to go see a 1, 2, 3 ABC and you don't have it here. Mm-hmm. They get the VR headset, they put it on, they're amazed, right?
Yeah.
And they think to themselves, man, I would really like to show this to my family at home. Can they just get on our website and do the exact same thing they did at the VR headset, but like at their computer at home and, go through and scroll around and look and see? And
yeah, because every floor plan is on our website, obviously, and each floor plan page does have the 360 tours on there currently.
Fantastic.
So yeah, it's available in some way, fashion, whether it's website or at the show via VR headset. So that just puts them a little more, it's a little bit cooler effect because it puts them like they're really standing in the unit and you can turn your head and look around. It's just an added little kind of cool bonus, like you're really standing in it versus a 2D version of just spinning around on the website. But either way works. It gets the job done either way.
Okay. So it sounds like this is going to be a really great show. So Tom, you're going to be there manning VR.
Yep. Yes.
Emily, you're going to be down there appreciating know we're going to have a lot of the Grand Design representatives there. We're going to have the people that cover Florida. We're going to have a lot of the product managers there as well. We might even have a sneak, maybe a sneak peek of maybe Don comes down there.
You know what? He likes to roll on down there every once in a while.
Right. A little surprise visit. So you might see him if you go down there. And so that'll be great. So again, it's January, starts on January, you said 15th, right? And then it continues through that weekend. It sounds like a really great time. Hope we get to see a lot of people down there. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, the frvta.org website will answer those. And it's going to be a great show, right?
Yeah, correct.
Uh-oh, time to go.
Yeah, it is. It's almost 3:00, and you know what they call 3:00 in Florida, Tom?
No, what is that?
Dinner time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys later.
We're get out of here.
All right.
Till next time.
Later.